Mesechtes Menachos Nidava or Chayva Yachid or Tzibor Neder or Chayta Makvas Marcheshes Sa'orim or Chitim Chalois Matzois Tanur Rikikin Kemitza Nisina Hoylacha Haktara Yitzika Belila Tenufa Hagasha Shirayim becomes mutter after the Haktoras Hakmitza. The kaimetz must be complete without a chatzitza. Nothing extra, no kaimetz hayoser, nothing missing or lacking, no kaimetz hachoser, mincha shechosra, klerti gemara, shirayim shechosru, ben kmitza lahaktara, a minchas isorain of soiles, in a klishores, Machsheves chutzes manoi gets pigul with kores. Menachos are kachim, not kachim kalim like shlamim. The klishores brings kedushas aguf, no longer kedushas damim. Shaloi lishmon may be good, but you're not doing anyone a toiva. Ksherim v'loy alu lebailim l'shem chayva machvas l'shem marcheshes. Chalois l'shem rikikin, menachos are different, maseha machichin. The dinim are clear, with no room to wiggle. Kol davar sheyesh lematirin, yesh boy piggle. Kol shemamayna leishim. If you are to be mekayim, harehu bibal taktiru, can't burn the shirayim. The difficulty of the kemitza, avodah kasha shebemigdash, placed into a klishares, kol ashaboy yikdash, the mincha of shutfin, one can never be makriv, brought only by a yachid, v'nefesh kisakriv. Most menachos come along with shemen and levayna, not by a chayta or a saita, which is levarer avayna, akar kabarcha takriv, melach and the kaimetz. Lichatchila we use melach sedaimes, etzba boy kahuna, a righty, not lefty, kahuna boy etzba, big day kahuna, one correctly, kol harayu lebila, if not properly mixed, ein bila makeves, the mincha is not mixed. A mincha can be brought from levayna, or even be of only eitzim. Ein kaimetz pachos mishnei kizeisim. For the entire Masechta, we try to make sense what exactly is levayna, frankincense. If the kayin was an einon, or did kemitza with his left hand, if he was a zar or merchosaki purim, or on the ritzpah, he did not stand, and arol otful yom, or wearing begadim that are unfitting, the mincha is pasul if he was tamei or sitting. The mitzvahs asay that are all essential to each other, havaya or chukah, makes them me'akev one another. The seirim and hazais of Yom Kippurim, as detailed in the Torah, the shnei halechem of Shavuos, the dalad minim by Mitzayra, three minim by a para, bezichin and the lechem aponim, chalois and rekikim by a nazir, neiros hamenayra and its konim, the parshias of tefillin and mezuzah, and the four corners of tzitzis, the dalad minim on sukkos, all interdependent mitzvahs. Moshe was shown Rabbi Kiva, the Gemara relates, Darshnin Tilun Shel Halachos, from the Tagim of Shatnas gates, what was Koshin LeMoshe, like the Menorah and Shekel HaKodesh, until Hereloi HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Parshas Shrotzim and Rosh Chodesh, Shal Parshios of Tefillin, all written in order. Sirtot is needed for its line and its borders, are echad for the yad, for tefillin to be good, must be eksiva tama, even the kutsai shall yud. The titura and marvarta make sure that they are there. The blackness of the ritzuos, and that the bottom must be square, the shin of the shalroish, and the knot that you are kaisha, all halachos of tefillin, all halachos l'maisha. Mezuzos must be on the doorway, not a projection placed on the first tefach to offer maximum protection. It can't have two columns, must be written on one daf. Mezuzos on the tustus, tefillin on cloth. Derech bi asra for the top right. We take it for granted, horizontal or vertical. We do it slanted. A mezuzos beisecha. It is therefore a shmira when there is a mashkuf and mezuzos in your home or your dira, the knots and the strings and the gematria of tzitzis. Total them and you remember all Hashem's mitzvahs, the chulyos and krichos of each gedil, the length and the makeup of each basil. Hakonov min konov, is it really a mailah? Tzitzis not needed on a beged of laila, an exception to kalayim, to use both lavon and tcheles. Never use kalei ilon, even though you may pay less. Is it a snail or a fish? Should it be worn by Yidden? Or should we wait for Mashiach? Was it nignaz and hidden? The color of tcheles, is it bluer or was it greener? The Rambam, the Rivon, Rav Herzog, and the Reziner. Is the chiyuv tzitzis on the talis or a chayiv as gavra? Is mezuzah a chiyuv on the house or a chayvas hadar? Can a goy be a moil or build a sukkah? Or is that only a ploy for an akum to be a cipher, to be called stam agoy? Yisrael Chavivin, the Gemara expounded how fortunate we are that we are always surrounded. Tefillin on our arms, tefillin bereshayim, mezuzos on our doors, vitzitzis bebigdeihem, the Seder HaParshios. Rashi and Rebbeinu Tam each have their own daya. Hanchoson shel yad, yodcha, yadkeya, must be written kisidron. A mistake can't be filled in. Is Laila or Shabbos a proper zman tefillin? Aveirahi biyadoi, one who is soch bein tefillah letefillah. The Torah wrote ois only by tefillin, Shabbos and Milah. The brachos on tefillin, is it one or is it two? No hesech hadas, not even a new. Me'emasai mivorech, mishas hanechoson, just before the kshira, over lasiyason, ve'ra'u kol amei ha'oretz, ki shem Hashem nikra olecha, elu tefillin sheberosh, v'yaru mimeka. Beis Hillel paskins one way, Beis Shammai takes another position, Beis Hillel darshan smuchin, a juxtaposition. Tefillin reminds us of Yetzias Mitzrayim, the Exodus. What about a shoylet b'shtei yodov, an ambidextrous, shtei alechem and kvasim, the karbonos of shvuos? A psul, a machshava, or a mix-up, betuos. When are they linked? By shchita or zrika, or maybe it is a tnufa that brings on the zika, the daily mincha of the Kohen Gadol. Minchas chavitin, burnt completely on the mizbeach, never eaten. Chavite Kohen Gadol, lo yahayabah chatzoin, mechza ba'boiker, umechza bein arbaim, tirfeno no. It is baked and then fried. What to do in the afternoon if the Kohen Gadol died? Minchas chinuch brought by a Kohen, the day he is initiated, also brought by the Kohen Gadol when he is inaugurated. Besides the toida and shtei lechem, kol hamanachos bo'in matzah, the mincha and shirayim, as kosher as shatza, lo siyafe chametz, no chametz in the baking, no sa'ar or even nuksha in the kneading or shaping. Marcheshes is deep fried, soft in the middle, hard and crispy in a machavas, a griddle. Minchas tanner in an oven, abyssal fun alis, wafers and loaves, rikikin and chalois, elu tu'unais tufa, like shemen and bikurim, shoik, chaz of a shoik of a shama yachid, and their emurim, which is done first. We learned from a drasha, only after the tnufa, one can do the hagasha. Shamei tzibur and mitzayra require tnufas chayim. A kohen can spice and garnish his chelik of Shirayim, the Bailim and Kayin. The Gemara wonders whether each does Tnufa by themselves or they lift up together. Yesh te'unois smicha v'hagasha. Some karbonos needed either. Yesh te'unois shemen v'levayna. Some menachos required neither. We find differences in the Torah how the Tnufa was ordered. Sometimes when it is alive, at times when it is slaughtered. The details and preparations of the minchas ha'omer, the cutting, the sifting, the announcements, the gomer, b'machras ha'shabbos, a drasha the Baisusim were missing. They wanted a Sunday, not the 16th of Nisan. The cutting and roasting, Heyer Pnei Mizrach, Rab Yochanan ben Zakkai Takana, Bimheir Yiboneh Hamikdash. Is there a din Chodosh b'chutz l'oretz? We had in a brisa, is Chodosh b'zman hazeh, the Rabbanon or the Raisa. What types of grain are Chodosh? The Mishnah wanted to know what to use for matzah, what needs challah to be taken from its dough. Chitin sa'odim, merken minish zogin, spelt oats and rye, your chameshes, mine dogin, the matna shemen by machvas and macheshes, along with yitzika, by a mafer tanner, only shtei matonois, tzricha, yitzika belila, matan shemen bekeli, rikikin got smeared, moishchon kimiki, rubbing and pounding, shifa and beita, kol menachos hanase bekli, te'unois petisa, kaifel echad l'shtayim, then folded again. The amount of loaves for a mincha were usually 10, though 40 loaves in total. One thing you must be maida, toida lo yikr lechem, lechem yikr toida, chalois rikikin, matzos and revucha, toida te'uno lechem, v'loi v'loda, v'chilufa, midas halach v'hayavesh. Were they nimshechu bachutz or b'fnim? Were they only mekadesh mashe b'soichon, or also what was on their rim? The revius, the yisorain, the various mididis, the shnosois and overflow, the berutzei midis, the loig, the hin, the measuring kalim, for menachos and nisachim, for parim and elim. A full measure was needed without a chisarin, midas lach v'yafesh, including the isarin, alpha l'shemen, oil from tekeya, from menachos and menorah, shemen l'gavaya, kosis and zach, l'shemen hamar, lechem haponim, for the shulchan hator, the shlishis, the revius, the various midos, measured exactly, assorted mididos, the kosis lamar, as stated in the Torah, lahalos le'ner tamid, to use in the menorah. Is it Rashi or the Kuntras or the Ksav Yoshon that is speaking? Rab Shimon allows mechza chalos u'mechza rikikin, Ayla and Shlamim always gets nesachim, not kaparos and chayvos like chatos and psachim. Amma binyan, amma bas chamisha, amas kalim, amma bashisha, mizrach to ma'ariv. Do they all fit the erech, the shachanos, and the menorah of Shlomo HaMelech? 12 loaves in total, formed in a mold. The lechem haponim on the shulchan of gold, a boat or a box baked in a form. Silukai kiseduroi, next Shabbos, still warm. 2 rows of 6 held up by the snifin. Levayna zaka, placed in the bezichin. Terachem tzion, we ask Hashem ato tokum, re'u chilvaschem, lifnei hamakoim, misnadev odom mincha, each and every day. Be careful to remember exactly what you say. Can't recall, and you'll be in more trouble than Vashti. Harei alai mincha, ve'en yodeya, mashe parashti, hadron lach minachos, the hadra chalon, loy nisashi minach minachos, loy nisashi minon. We await the return of the mincha, kaimetz and shirayim, ve'arva l'Hashem, minchas Yehuda v'Yerushalayim. It is not the size of the mincha or the amount of the shirayim, ulvad shichavein liboi lashamayim. May the learning of this Masechta bring ritzui and nachas lokel yiratzu kimincha al machavas.